All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the show. I love doing stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things, especially when it has a lot to do with fitness. Last year, I had an amazing guy with me on the show, Bangalore boy, I'd like to call him. He took up the Bali Hope Challenge, right? And with his team, raised funds in Bali for the Bali Children's Foundation by cycling 397 kilometers around Bali. He's got something brand new that he's doing again, and I want to bring him back on the show. K Spotlight is where we focus on ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And if you guys remember Aslam TP, he was the guy behind Your Fit Trip. He's the founder down there, and we spoke to him last year on the show. It was extremely fun, to be honest, to have him on the show. When I went to Bali, I realized what a beautiful place it is, and more than that, how Aslam sees it through different eyes is just wonderful. What he does with Your Fit Trip, but he's on a brand new little escapade. What he's going to be doing is, of course, something very cool. But the second wave of the pandemic hit our country very hard, and you probably have seen him online with his little thing that he does called Causes Life, right, where he helps out a lot of people in his capacity to help fellow citizens out there. Now, amidst the pandemic, he's decided to take on another challenge this year. He's got a goal to actually raise funds towards educating underprivileged children in the hometown of Kasargod, Kerala, in his hometown of Kasargod, Kerala. And the aim is actually to walk from Kasargod to Kanyakumari, which is about 600 plus kilometers over 21 days. To figure out how in the world this guy is doing these crazy things, and I can't walk from upstairs to downstairs only, forget that. But how he does all these mad things, we'll bring him on the show in just a bit. He's going to be joining me on Zoom. Make sure you come back with me on the other side of this. All right, Aslam TP is with me. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Good to see you too, bro. Like I'm doing peaceful. How you been?
I'm very good. For those of you who are
All
not following him, please check him out online. Look for Your Fit Trip. Look for Aslam TP as well. And you'll get inspired not only to be fit, but to really explore the world in a different, with a different vengeance once this pandemic is over. Aslam is a guy who, is a Bangalore boy, decided to leave everything back and head to Bali and build a life over there, focusing on fitness in a large way. And now, dude, your recent venture is to, like I said, walk from Kasargod, which is your hometown where you are right now, all the way to Kanyakumari. That covers over 600 plus kilometers over 21 days. Let me ask you this. How scared are you?
when I've decided, definitely, like in my head, I was thinking, you got nuts. So, and then I said, why not? Right. So I got inspired by another long trail in Croatia, which is 2,300 miles. And then I said, okay, I want to do something like this. So where do I start? So the idea came up, okay, like I'm going to Kerala, so why not walk from one end to another end of Kerala? So that would be a good beginning, right?
Yeah.
So then I said, okay, why are you walking? And then I said, okay, let's bring in something good into it, and let's bring in some goodness into it, and do something as last year, do something for the kids. So this is a great opportunity for me to help these kids back home in the town that I've grew up, and the places that I love, and the people who I love, and do something for them. So I decided, okay, let's do this.
Awesome. So tell us what you're walking for. You're raising money for a beautiful charity. Talk to me about that. What's
Yeah.
the cause behind it? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was looking at an organization which is local and small, who are normally the small ones are the one who's struggling. And back home, when I was looking at this guy who has actually inspired me from very young, he's one of my very close friends' brother. So he has left everything behind, and he's helping kids education, and he's building a hostel and a school near my house for these kids to come and study there. Sorry for that. So he's doing that. So I said, okay, this is the right one. This is the brilliant one. Like, so I can help. So they are building a school which has a hostel attached to it for these kids to come and study. So I said, okay, let me jump in and help. And
And do your
you
little
won't
bit,
believe.
honestly.
Yeah, you won't believe it. Like when I raised this fundraise, like when I put it online, within 1 week, I've already covered 30% of the fundraiser. So
Wow.
it's so beautiful how yeah, it's just like I haven't even started walking.
Super.
This
That's
is the
so
kind
good
of
to hear.
support. This is the Yeah, so I was actually wondering, okay, it's not like the first wave, it's second wave actually had more impact on people, more struggle. And, I didn't know that how many people would actually come and on board to help, because of all this, whatever we are going through. But our people are surprising. I'm nothing. Like, as I said, like, I'm just a reason. But people actually behind me, my
Yeah,
friends
man.
and family.
People have a lot of goodness in their heart. They're just looking at where to give. But also,
Absolutely.
this is such a crazy feat for you to kind of do. Let's talk about training on the other side. We'll come back and talk about that and how more people can get on board. People listening to this, people who are curious to know how they can be part of your journey as well. We'll do that conversation with Aslam in just a while. So make sure you come back with us in just a bit. Welcome back. It's Radio 1. I'm in conversation with Aslam TP. You probably know him as the founder of Your Fit Trip. He's been on the show in the past. And I love the fitness, let's say, feats he tries to reach, and all for a good cause. And the most recent one that he's kind of undertaken is traveling from Kasargod, or rather walking from Kasargod to Kanyakumari. That's a distance of about 600 plus kilometers. He wants to do it over 21 days, and all funds raised will be donated to the Najat Educational and Charitable Society, which is a local organization in Kerala. Aslam, this is a crazy fitness thing to kind of do. So how are you training for this, or rather how have you trained? I know you've always been a fit kind of guy, but how is the training gone for something like this, please?
So last 2 months when I was in Nagaland. So the elevation that you get in Nagaland. It's you are in a high altitude, like you're walking. So since the second wave happened, Nagaland, luckily, like they don't stop you from walking. You can, and unless the village people from one village to another village, this is part of fit trip as well. I have fit trip Nagaland, which is giving you an opportunity from walking from one village to another village, experience different tribes, different culture. So since the lockdown happened in Nagaland, I said, what do I do? So every day I started walking. Every day I started tracking on it, like, so I was getting better and better and better. So my training only at this period for this cause is only been walking. So I continued. I reached back last week to Kerala from Nagaland, and then I continued. And my blessing was another friend of mine, Mujib. He's a childhood friend of mine, and I have like few of my childhood friends from Kasargod who support me through and in and out, right?
Dude,
So
and when you do
this
these
guy came
crazy
on board.
things, them coming and supporting you is what you need. Like every time I'm like, what is the next crazy thing that Aslam's gonna do?
Yeah. So this he joined me. He said that, okay, I will join you with walking. So he's joining me all the way to, last year, if you remember, Jesse is an Australian friend of mine. He actually said, okay, I will come with you for 50 kilometers, and he ended up cycling 400 kilometers with me. And similarly, Mujib this time said, you know what, I will join you. I would love to walk. And Mujib and the founder of this charity, they are cousins. And he also felt that I should be also be doing something about it, and then he joined me, and we know each other for so many years,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that we share that energy, and it's amazing. So training has been continuing,
You know the
but only walking.
the crazy thing is, a lot of people who are listening to this would love to jump on board, maybe donate to the charity and be part of it. So I want to talk about that on the other side, which is probably one of the most important parts of this entire thing, because it's being done for such a
Absolutely.
lovely cause. When we come back with Aslam, founder of Your Fit Trip, on the other side, we discuss how you can be part of this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Radio 1. Aslam, the founder of Your Fit Trip, is in conversation with me. If you remember, last year he was in conversation with me about his little cycling run. Not little, it was a huge one that he did for the Bali Children's Foundation. He's back in India, and his plan is to walk from Kasargod to Kanyakumari. That's a 600 plus kilometers distance over 21 days, and all funds raised. while he goes on his walk, is going to be donated to the Najat Educational and Charitable Society, which is a local organization in Kerala. And he's decided to kind of do this for the simple reason that wants to raise money for educating underprivileged children in a time like this. And if that's something you feel for, I strongly suggest you support him. And listen, truth be told, you don't have to walk with him, but you can support in your own way. Aslam, you said you've 1 week into starting this campaign, you achieved 30% of your initial target. And I'm sure you have people reaching out to you from all across the world. Am I right? Not just
Yes, yes.
Kerala or
No,
Bangalore.
no. I had people selling it from. I had Italians. I had people are from Australia, people from US, people from London, Singapore, and some of them, a girl who's donated, I've never even met her, not even once, and we just know each other because the causes that we do. And probably in future we will be running together for another cause for Singapore. So so these are the connection that is happening, and plus, like, these are the people who are sharing from everywhere, like in no limits, I think, and
Amazing.
30% is rate. Yeah.
Can you tell me, for people who are listening to this, and this probably becomes the most important part of our entire chat, how can they support you, right? I'm sure they can do
Yeah.
financially, so we'll talk about the financial second, but in other ways, how can they support you?
The most important thing is, like, how do, if every one of us shares it, like the information, the awareness has been created, that is the most important thing. So the number of people we could reach out, the number of help that we can receive, so that is the most important bit apart from the financial bit of it. I'm sure, like, and that's the reason, as I said, there are people who shared even 100 rupees. There is no limit. There is no, you need to share 1,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees or 10,000. No, like, if it's whatever that is possible from your side, because everything counts. So the first thing I would suggest, or I would recommend everybody, whoever listening to it or seeing this, please share it. Share the information with people that you loved ones or your friends. Let this reach out to maximum number of people who could, the like-minded people always want to help. As you said, that people are there looking out to say, how may I help. So probably we are not able to reach out to as many people, so this might could help reaching out to people. That's the first thing.
And where's the, how do they get on board and say they want to make a monetary contribution to your cause? How do they kind of do that? Where's the best place to find you?
On my Aslucha on Instagram, the link is on bio, and they can reach out to that, and they can click on that. It's an easy process. It's an app, so they can just, like, few clicks away, and then they can donate. And we this is a free app called Milap, which is helping us in terms of getting this link done. And so they can do it online, or they can reach out to me directly, and I will help them to get the link.
Right.
Yeah.
Look for him on Instagram. It's Aslucha. I'm gonna spell
Yes.
it out for you. ASLUCHA. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
And we have SLUCHA one, numeric one is there.
Okay. I'll
So
say that again.
then, yeah.
ASLUCHA numerical one. Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Sorry, you
Yes.
were saying something else, and I cut you off.
And YouTube, on YouTube also the link is there. It's the YouTube name is Fitrip,
All right.
so it's there as well.
Perfect. Aslam, all
Yeah.
the very best, my friend. This is going to be
Thank you,
another
my
crazy
friend.
thing
It's
that you're going to
always,
do.
always like, I always say, we're gonna die from this world. Let's live before die. We need to live. So I do things that, okay, one is making me happy. I want to live as healthy as possible as long as I live. And at the same time, my most interesting and most favorite is kids. So I want to do as much as possible for kids. I don't really look at where I am. Today I have an opportunity to help kids in my hometown. Tomorrow, where I had a very beautiful incident from one of the donors who contributed to this cause as well. She is from Kashmir. She reached out to me saying that there's a 400 kilometers away from Jammu. there is a small school and for underprivileged kids. Like, we need to do something for those kids. So probably next year I might head out to Kashmir and just do something for them. It doesn't matter. So for me, what matters is like what.
I lost your video. Oh, I think he dropped off.
Yes. So that's the reason, as I said, I don't know. The one thing that I would look at is like how legit the charity is, and so that we make sure that the
It's
people who
going
are
to the right
supporting us.
place. Yeah.
Yes, so that one thing that I need to do, that I always do the background check and like,
Super.
so probably they could be Kashmir, probably anywhere. But the thing, as I said, like wherever it is, the one thing is for sure, like even UK, like you being a huge part in this, what we are doing in this literally is creating a community who are saying that I'm there for you, you're not
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of feeling that I'm receiving it from everyone who's supporting me, because
Beautiful.
they're literally telling me that you're not alone, we are there with you.
It's great to hear,
So it's
man.
beautiful, it's beautiful.
Super. I wish you all the very best. I know I will be following your updates online for sure, and I hope that more people can kind of get on board. Aslam, always great seeing you, my friend. Cheers.
Pleasure always, and thank you so much for supporting me as always, Kay. And I'll see you soon and to give you a hug.
Yeah, looking forward.
Inshallah.
Looking forward.
Thank you. Bye